All right, welcome back, everybody. Anybody who's new here, thanks for joining me today. Just one thing, I want to get this out to as many people as possible. So if you could do me a favor, if you're new here or if you're not new here, go hit the like button right now and just comment something about ice safety below, because I need to point something out here. So I fished out here earlier this season already, and I got really lucky. This whole area is frozen and I was able to just rip around. As you guys could see, I have my three-wheeler with me, the Big Red, and yeah, so I was just ripping along, but I'm just kind of paying attention. I got about 5 inches of ice in a few spots. Otherwise it looks like this. It's really airy and nasty, and I was gonna just kind of scoot. So this whole area, I fished this 2 weeks ago already, and we had a warm up and it got really cold, and I was like, oh well, everything should be really good out here. But I go very slow and I walk, forever out in front of my machine, and I drill holes to check it, and I can't even walk on that because that is currently like a ½ inch of ice. So back over here was, I don't know, like a 50 by 50 foot hole in like open water. The last time I fished out here like 2 weeks ago or whatever, everywhere around it had 5 inches of ice. I currently am standing on 5 inches of ice, but the little hole that was there blew this wide open, and you can kind of see the ridging out here. So that water must have just been pounding and pounding and pounding and working its way further and further down the lake. And I'm sure down that way is safe, but I'm not going to get too close to it. I'm just going to explain this to you guys. And I got to watch where I'm walking, because it is like, this area is a minefield. It's a mess. So can't walk on that ½ inch deep. There is currently a ridge right there, buckled, and that's open water right on the other side of it. And I was literally going to drive right through here because I figured that might be open water, or might have recently been open water, so I was going to go around it. But because I stop and I get off and I walk ahead, I found this. So yeah, there's a ridge here, and it goes all the way into the cattails. So there is no way around this dangerous ice, because it goes all the way to that side. I don't know if you can see those birds over there. They're all the way on the other side. They're not in open water right now over there that I know of, unless there's another heave like this where there's open water. So I'm gonna go back that way, I guess, and see if there's a spot out in the middle of the lake that's still good. And yeah, hopefully I can get some flags in before dark here. I was just gonna do some tip-up fishing for a little while in a spot that I know I usually get a couple dozen flags, but I can't get there. So hopefully, if you guys are seeing this, I got at least one fish. And yeah, do me a big favor, share this with people who need to understand that. So this is in Wisconsin right now. We got a warm-up and then a subarctic freeze. I mean, this is like day 3 or 4 of like really, really cold weather, and it's very dangerous ice. It's like extremely dangerous ice right now. And yeah, I have my machine out here, and it's a 3-wheeler with big Dumbo wheels. So it's got a big footprint, it spreads out the weight. Man, I just realized something. There's more open water right here. I thought that was frozen, and then I just caught the wind blowing it a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay. So there's a heave, a buckle, a heave, open water, open water. I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully I can go find a spot where it's a little bit safer, and yeah, go catch some fish. But do me a favor, if you want to help people out like I want to help people out, be safe this season, hit the like button. I don't care if you like it or don't like it, whatever. Just do it for somebody else. Make somebody else's life a little bit safer. But yeah, I just have to say how insane this is. That little puddle that was wide open, there was no ice there, and I was like 50 feet from it. I was on 5 inches of really rock hard, crystal clear stuff. You could drive stuff on it. That pocket turned into a football field. It's a football field of dangerous ice. Oh, I'm gonna have to let people in this area know about this. But anyways, hopefully you guys stick around, and yeah, like I said, if anything, hit the like button and share this with some people that need to know. When you're out on the ice, it's always changing. It can always be different, and yeah, you really need to pay attention. Like I said, I get off my machine and I walk a couple 100 yards, drill holes, measure ice. This is what everybody should have. I have a tape measure in my pocket. So you go drill holes out in front of you, you measure them, you don't eyeball them, you don't use your hands, and yeah, you actually see how thick the ice is. So, all right, I'm gonna turn around and drive a couple quarter-mile back now, because I drove over good ice on the way here, so there's definitely good stuff to go fish that way. So I'm going to give that a try for a little while and see what we come up with. Okay, so I finally found some spots that weren't weeds to the surface, and I'm just gonna do like stupid simple setups. So I just have these set up with a Northern Pike leader. Try to keep it as, like I said, stupid simple as possible. If you're new here, the way I set these up is very, very simple. I use a slip stop to mark my depth. I'm literally only going to put these just underneath the ice, so I'm going to move that down pretty close to my sinker, because you have the pole plus the leader. And then I'm just using these medium shiners. Cut the tails off of them, hook them in the back, and then let them swim around until somebody eats them. So you guys can see I'm just putting that little slip stop right there. That's just an indicator to tell you how deep you are set when the fish takes it. That way you don't have to remember. But with where I'm fishing right now, it's it's going to be one of those pretty easy to remember things, because I'm just fishing like 2 feet underneath the surface of the ice, because it's only like 4 feet deep here. But I have one hole here, one way over there, and one way over there in a triangle, and I'm going to go sit upwind that way so that I can keep an eye on them. I like to keep a triangle kind of far apart so that the fish have an opportunity to get away from me. But yeah, let's get the rest of these set and hopefully catch a fish before sundown. Okay, so made it to the middle of this lake, kind of just out in the middle of nowhere. This is one of those lakes that's super shallow, and yeah, there's just basically weeds everywhere. So I literally just drove around with a 3-wheeler until I found holes in the weeds, and then I kind of like marked them, and then I went back and I drilled holes in all those holes in the weeds. So I basically just have the baits, like I was saying, just under the surface, and yeah, there should be something moving through within an hour here. I got about 2 hours left of light, so keeping my fingers crossed that we get something. But like I said, either way, you should share this video just for the sake of the safety stuff. Like I said, that kind of surprised me at how much open water there was. And yeah, I'm not used to things blowing open that big, even if there is open water, because there was good solid ice. So hopefully everybody's staying safe this season, and yeah, have a good season, and let's try to get to 20K subs this winter so that I can do some fun stuff with everybody else. But I'm gonna shut up now and hopefully catch a fish. The next thing you guys see is me chasing down a flag. It sucks because the one that's right in front of me is probably, I don't know, it's probably an 80-yard dash. But I'm okay if it goes up, because fish. So wish me luck. All right, guys, so I'm gonna put this out there. I got skunked today. And there's a big reason for that. Normally this lake is like an easy lake to fish, and you should never say easy, because then you end up with situations where you get skunked like this. But the main thing is I was just not comfortable driving around as far as I wanted to on this, so I never really moved from the spot I'm at right now. And I've had these flags in for, I think, an hour in this spot, which normally every 30 minutes I'll move like 100 yards until I run into fish. But it's one of those days where, you guys seen it, it's just dangerous, and the sun's going down, and I gotta get packed up here and get off this ice before I can't see where I'm going. And I still have the 3-wheeler out here, so the big thing here is be safe, and really just do everybody a favor that knows that you're out ice fishing. Walk ahead of you, drill holes, check ice often. That's all I gotta say. This is just a big PSA for you, everybody. If you guys are looking for fish action, sorry that didn't happen today, but this is real fishing. And yeah, if you get kind of put into a corner and you don't get a chance to get in those fun spots, I just had to try some new stuff, and new stuff didn't turn out right now. So hopefully we can get back out here soon. Hopefully the weather gets normal for winter. And yeah, like I said before, if you're new here, hit the like button, subscribe, help grow the channel. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subs before the end of this winter. So if you aren't new here, remember, hit the like button. Every video, hit the like button, and then yeah, comment below some safety tips for anybody that might be new seeing this video. I'm just trying to help some people out with this one, because yeah, it's kind of frustrating when you get out thinking you're going to get to a spot and catch a bunch of fish, but there was open water, like football field size area. So long story short, I'll see you guys next time.